Mistress Fennick Ingenham Larbin. I was once long ago Royal Bard. What does it mean to be a Royal Bard? It means you're a human jukebox most of the time. Um, but it's a lot of fun, and you get to make your mark on your art in the society. I think that you get out of your position, whichever notable position that you're doing. I think you get out of it what you put into it. I think that you highlight your art with your passion. So the more passion and drive you put into it, the more everybody else is going to see it, and the more you're going to get out of it.
Hi, I'm Iselda de Darbon, and I'm Poeta Atlantia. Here we go. What does it mean to be a Poeta Atlantia? Being Poeta Atlantia is not just about getting your own work out there. It's about elevating the voices of the people in Atlantia. On its face, that means being a court poet. If their majesties or their highnesses want a piece of poetry written, a speech, something like that, you should be at their disposal. But it can also mean writing a piece of poetry to express something, some sort of grief or difficulty or celebration, something like that that the populace is going through, maybe putting words to something that the whole kingdom is experiencing. It can also mean taking the experience of somebody who is often overlooked, and sort of giving voice to somebody who doesn't feel like they have a voice in Atlantia, or whose voice is sometimes overlooked. But really, I think that being a kingdom notable is about highlighting the other people who are doing the art, right? Like, you get your moment in the sun, you get your moment in the spotlight. When you win, everyone gets to see your work, everyone gets to clap and do the vivat thing, and it's amazing. But once that's happened, it's kind of boots on the ground, and now it's your turn to help other people have that experience too, either by winning competitions or by putting their work out there online, on social media, maybe on virtual Atlantia, and having people really appreciate it. You get that special moment when you win, but then you get to create that special moment for other people for the duration of your time as Kingdom Notable. So you're sort of the mouthpiece for your art form when you are a Kingdom Notable. You get to show off how cool it is. You get to sort of coax people into trying it, and you get to convince people that it's fun and that they want to do it. So, I mean, it's good for the art, right? Like, the more poets, the better. Blah, ha, 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 ha. But also, you just get to see that like little spark of joy go off when somebody really does find the thing that they love to do. So that's really special, and that's a reason to be a Kingdom Notable. I think we need that more right now than ever, because there are a lot of things that happen in the SCA kind of organically at events that will sort of light that spark in people, right? People will see a piece of artwork or a poem at a Bardic Circle or at an ANS competition. They'll see people win, they'll see people enter, and they'll think, I want to do that, right? But we're not having events right now. And so we really need the Kingdom Notables to be out there and creating those spaces for people. It isn't happening organically because we're not having events. Things are just not the way that things aren't working the way that we're used to. So we need our Kingdom Notables to be out there and inspiring the populace and putting their art out there and creating spaces for other people to also try out that art, put their art out there, so that we can keep the inspiration going, so that we can keep Atlantia going, and so that we can just keep the dream alive until we're all ready to come back together. So now more than ever, it's important to give it a try, give it your all if you win, but our Kingdom Notables are so important.
Hello. My name is Ishmael Steadfast Reed, and I served as the Poeta Atlantiae in Anno Societatis 53. For me, what it means to be a poeta is to encourage specifically poetry as an art form in your kingdom. There's lots of incredible bardic that happens in lots of other formats, But poetry is something that is really, really common throughout our historical time period and something that's less common today. And so my job is to try and make sure that that is represented in society activity. I think that I'd like to see Kingdom notables in general treat that position like an opportunity to uh, highlight that particular art. The art of baking, the art of brewing, the art of rapier or armored fighting, whatever it is that you are a notable or champion of, is to highlight what makes that awesome, particularly for people who don't already practice. Show them why it's so awesome. And I think that I really want to encourage every Atlantean to consider entering a notable competition for whatever it is that you practice or do. Because the real purpose of a notable isn't to be the most exceptionally skilled, but to encourage the practice and skill in that discipline throughout your kingdom. So if you think that you can be that cheerleader, that you can be that organizer, then being a kingdom notable might be for you.
Being a Scrivener Royal renewed my passion as a scribe. It gave me the opportunity to work with the monarchs and to travel through the kingdom, getting to know more people in the kingdom, getting to see more of the kingdom, and loving what I do again.
Was Hal Atlantia? I am alias Ella, your current King's Bard. Being a royal notable during the Great Plague has thus far been a unique experience, I'm sure, in comparison to all royal bards before. But luckily, being a notable is really what you make of it. For me, that means I've been live streaming in Old English and preparing to sing Atlantia's Glory for when we can all be together again. There's really no wrong way to be a notable, which, if you're thinking of entering a Kingdom Notable competition, can be a huge relief. Now, why should Atlanteans consider entering Kingdom Notable competitions? If you're thinking about entering a Kingdom Notable competition, do it. These competitions are a unique opportunity to share your art. Don't enter to win, enter to show who you are and what you do, and share it with everyone else. Enter to meet like-minded people who can give you feedback and help you grow. But be prepared to win and do the job. Therefore, your entry should encapsulate who you are in a way that demonstrates your suitability for the position, especially for those who aren't familiar with you or what you do. For example, when I entered the Royal Bard competition, I had a historic poem that I translated and wrote a tune for, a well-beloved SCA standard, and some complete and utter foolishness in Old English, which represented me really well. I'm no stranger to foolishness. The judges knew this, and so did I. I wanted them to know that I was thinking of the full commitment of the position. As a notable, you're the official go-to for that art in Atlantia. They won't get that from any other guy. But again, this is just one person's opinion, telling you how I'm feeling, trying to make you understand, because you want to be able to tell Atlantia that you're never going to give it up, and you're never going to let it down, and you're never going to run around and desert it.
I'm Lady Thorfina Holidatter, the 2019 Royal Baker for the Kingdom of Atlantia. I was asked to do a little video snippet of my time as a Royal Notable and what it meant to me. When I entered the Kingdom Arts and Science Festival in 2019, it was the first A&S competition I entered and was close to the end of my first year in the SCA. I cannot tell you what it's meant for me personally to be in the SCA. It lifted me up in a time when I needed friends, and I found the best family I could ever have. Being a Royal Notable has been the highlight so far for me. I've learned so much, and I learned more after the competition than I did before. Being a Royal Notable means that you have to sponsor competitions. That helped me in learning what's required, the setup, documentation, and what the judges look for. So my biggest recommendation to you is to go big or go home. Enter that competition and don't be afraid. And to all my SCA family, I love you and could not have found a better family to be part of. Thank you.